I didn't appreciate at the time that I was applying to the Junior Deferral Program just how valuable the deferral period would be.
I really enjoyed my economics major in undergrad, and I knew I wanted to do some sort of public policy work. At that point, I wasn't sure what exactly I wanted to do, but I figured that law school would be a good place for me to explore that.
During the 2 years, I was a paralegal at a law firm in Richmond, which is where I was from. I was in Richmond and in DC, and I think that was just invaluable. I was able to rotate departments, so I did a little bit of work in litigation departments, but also the transactional departments, and so really being able to work with attorneys, I think the mentorship aspect there was also great, so I was able to talk to them about what their law school experiences were like, what classes they recommend, what they would do differently, so that I kind of had that advice going in as a law school student.
During the JDP deferral period, I worked as a paralegal at Ropes & Gray for 2 years, which was a good opportunity to explore a bunch of different matters in litigation, do a little bit of corporate work, and sort of see what I liked.
In my deferral period, I worked as an economics research fellow for 2 years. I think that's really impacted my life at HLS because when you take these 2 years, no matter what you do, you'll enter law school with a more secure footing.
I figured, let me apply. No, I want to go to law school. I know I want to pursue this as a career, but I also was a first-generation law school student, and so I also knew that I wanted to take some time off. I think that the wonderful thing about the Junior Deferral Program is that flexibility to be able to kind of get some real-world practical experience.
I was able to sort of grow as a person and then also sort of figure out some choices professionally so that I was able to better use my time at Harvard Law School to work on the sorts of things that I want to work on and take classes in areas that I discovered I was really passionate about.
I do think that if I wouldn't have taken that leap and jump, I probably wouldn't have, been able to be here and now be able to look forward to such an amazing career ahead of me. And so, yeah, I think that would probably be my strongest piece of advice is to just go for it.
I know it's still super early for you, and you don't necessarily have to know exactly what you want to do, but I think the JDP is a great way to have a 5-year plan and be more relaxed when you take your time off to figure out what works for you.
I knew that I wanted to go to law school, and I knew that I really wanted to go to Harvard. And then the fact that as part of the Junior Deferral Program, I was able to take 2 years off and spend that time exploring and just developing as a person ended up being an upshot that I hadn't prioritized as much as I now look back on and realize was a good thing.